13 Lives, new film from director Ron Howard, has been out on Amazon Prime for a good couple of weeks now. I finally got around to seeing it, and I have to say I liked it very much. It stars Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, and Joel Edgerton, and is based on the true story of the 2018 rescue of 13 young Thai boys trapped inside a flooded cavern system. A case I remember quite well because it was fairly loud about it in the media at the time, and the rescue efforts were extremely difficult due to the caves being long and winding and narrow, almost no visibility, tough weather conditions, etc. And many people from all over the world got involved in different ways in the end. I won't spoil to what result in case someone doesn't know and wants to enjoy the film fresh out. So, to speak purely about the film, the main thing that impressed me about it is that many movies based on real events, I feel that they try to over dramatize events and change things to make the movie more dynamic at the expense of truth. This one doesn't do that. I've read that one of the divers involved in the operations, and the movie mainly follows these guys, praised the film for its accuracy and only pointed to one thing which was different. In reality, the water inside the cave was so muddy that they couldn't see anything in it, whereas in the film it's at least partially clear. And of course, that's a change made purely for the benefit of visual storytelling to allow the audience to see what's going on in the diving scenes, and it doesn't impact the actual plot in a significant way. Otherwise, apparently everything we see is as it was, and you can kind of sense it because there is no manufactured drama between the different characters. Even when there are disagreements on the planning or the execution of the rescue operations, they are subtle and quiet. There is no grandstanding, no Hollywood speeches or cinematic moments, so to speak. And really, there's no need for them. The story is captivating as it is. It draws you in with the urgency of the rescue, the well-drawn characters, and here credit to Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell, who managed to both be distinct and memorable in each in different ways, despite really not that much room to work with, figuratively speaking. The movie also makes sure to always keep the audience well informed of what's going on, which day it is, where in the cave we are at any moment. Technically speaking, it's very well made, with especially the underwater footage being quite impressive, and it was shot with the actual actors doing their own stunt work, which apparently gave all of them panic attacks, as they later admitted. I like the use of music and the way that it suddenly disappears whenever we dive into the cave to further increase the feeling of claustrophobia. The one thing that I point to as a tiny flaw, there is one subplot about the locals trying to divert the streams from up the mountain so that they flood the fields instead of feeding the caves further. And we go back to that plot several times, but it feels a little disconnected from the rest, just adjacent to the main plot. And yes, I get why it's there. It was an important part of the efforts, and the movie makes a point of including it, which is a good thing. But just from purely storytelling perspective, it slows the movie down and makes it drag at times, which is noticeable when the runtime is 2 hours and 30 minutes. But having said that, it's still a minor complaint. Overall, I liked 13 Lives. I think it's a very well-made film that is equally good as a sort of historical record and a way of immortalizing the courage of the people involved, and also just as a riveting story to watch.